What happens after 2012? Well, that's an interesting question. I'm thinking about it in a different way than I have before. In the past, we've spent a great deal of time talking about what happens at and after 2012. Yet, strangely, my theory only addresses what happens before 2012. After 2012, the time wave is kaput, and you're back to existentialism again. I think that, well, it depends on how loaded I am, what I think will happen in 2012. Because I can imagine it all the way from that the laws of physics fail, that the entire universe rolls up like a window shade. It's unlikely, or it appears unlikely, but on the other hand, who's estimating the odds, and what do they know? It could be, I've noticed that what the time wave seems to track best is the tool-making process. And so one way I think about concrescence and this enterprise that we're involved in is we are trying to make a tool, not just any tool. We are trying to make the tool. Now, what is a tool? A tool is something that lets you do something. What, therefore, would be the ultimate tool? It would let you do anything. And as William Burroughs says, anything. That's what it would let you do. The flying saucer comes into the discussion at this point. The flying saucer, I believe, is an image of this tool that haunts the human experience of historical concrescence. It haunts the psyche of human beings and the skies of Earth, because like the bar ball spinning in the club, it is a precursive reflection of the tool at the end of time. The people who got this right are the alchemists of the 15th and 16th century, who believed that out of matter you could coax a universal substance that would be a perfect panacea. It would be all things to all people. It would cure all diseases, confer immortality, change lead to gold. The blind would see, the halt would walk, the dead would rise. And this ideal was immediately in place before the birth of modern science as the goal of the exploration of matter. And I think that we are possibly looking at a technology which the newspapers will call time travel, but which the people who create it will explain, well, it's not that at all. You see, it's actually a reductive doubling of hyperspatial feedback in a heteroclinic situation. But it comes off as time travel. Because one way that I can imagine linear history ending is by it just simply ending. Linear history depends on the past staying what it is. If you have time travel, it's possible to imagine a cultural domain where the past is constantly being changed, in which case you can't describe the ebb and flow of novelty with a simple Cartesian graph. So it could be something like that. Or it could be something somewhat of a metaphysical type. I mean, here's the Stephen King version of what it could be. Imagine if on the day of concrescence the sun exploded. Well, now that would certainly put rainforest activism in a quandary. The explosion of the sun would kill all life instantly on the earth. We don't know what death is. Our secular materialists cheerfully assure us that it's a big nothing, but that's just their guess. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But a mass die-off like that would instantaneously propel the entire biota of the planet into death, whatever that is. And that might be part of the dynamics of the solar system. I don't like that idea. It's rather morbid. But there